Well, this is going to be a very unusual Sounds of Sunday. This is Dec speaking. And yesterday, if you were there live, was a bit of a shambles. I don't know what was going on. I've got my own personal theories that the internet people in the UK are making life hard for the likes of us. Don't know how they're doing it, but they certainly are doing it and messing up our Zoom broadcasts. So I looked at the stuff that I recorded yesterday, and it was virtually unusual. So I thought to myself, hey, I'll tell you what went on, and that'll be good. We started off by Carol Furs, who is co-presenting the show. Carol Ann Furs, to give her a full title. Later on, she'll be showing you the photographs of her life, really. 6 photographs, and then the best year of her life. She'll be showing you that. We'll be going through Melody Road, a great track. It's one of the first tracks I ever did after Con left me. Passed away, as you know, left me, and he's still here, by the way. He's definitely still here. He's probably sitting across the studio as I'm talking now. Got Melody Road coming up. We got Unicorn, which is about the first thing we ever did. One of the first things where we were attempting to sing live, when nobody had told us that it was impossible to sing live on Zoom. But we were attempting it. And I told everybody that was there yesterday, I said I worked very closely with the Zoom people to try and improve the sound, the quality of the voices. There are 64 milliseconds of delay, and that makes it virtually impossible to sing live. So when you saw all that stuff when COVID started, first you saw all the bands, U2, everybody was doing it, the Stones, everybody, they were all doing this live. So it wasn't live, they were kidding us. Oh my goodness me. And there was Colin and I trying to sing live. We nearly got away with it, and I'll show you in a minute how we nearly got away with it. Then we've got, what have we got after that? We've got a terrific tech tip that I did, because so many people have asked me to do an in-depth on how I record all the stuff in this studio. So I did that. Then we've got Stay With Me, which is Con, who is impossible to try and get to sing modern songs, but he did have a go at this Shakespeare Sister song, and he did a sensational job of it, sensational job. And then we've got Solitaire, which I've been working on for the past 3 weeks. It is a bit special, it's a bit good. Wait till you see that. So, how was my month and how was Carol's month? Carol told us all about her month, all the stuff she got up to, and then I got on. And here is what I got up to last month. What a way to turn 50. Whoa!
Embrace the 50! Embrace it! Come on!
Just before he went skiing, we all got together in Aldershot. And that's the whole family together, except Layla, my granddaughter. She was missing. And the proud parents with Oliver, the 50-year-old.
Can you send it to us all,
50.
Emma?
50. Can you believe it? My son is 50. He's the first one to... No, he's the second one to turn 50. I'm not supposed to say that, because Victoria doesn't own up to being 50. But she is.
I didn't get anything like this on my birthday because I was in lockdown. I had to sit in my garden.
I know. Pandemic time, and it was awful. But we've got lovely, we've got Daniel, we've got...
What's that?
50 years ago you gave birth to me.
Yeah.
Oh, she's still pissed off about it.
Oliver?
There's Zach down there at the end, and Poppy, his girlfriend. I've never heard Zach so quiet, Poppy. There's Emma, there's Louisa, there's Isabel,
Never do another one.
and there's Sandy with her chin where she fell. She was trying to help a little old lady, and she fell on her chin. Little trip hazard at Asda. You should have sued Asda, Sandy. You should have sued as the. Oh yeah. Nice food. Pizza Express actually. Happy birthday to you. 1, 2, 3. Hey! And I wish. I wish I was 49 again. Yeah. Huge knife.
So who made that cake then?
A big scream.
No, I'm not doing the scream.
Can we just...
No scream.
No scream.
Please, knife.
No scream. I'm too old for the scream.
That's more cringe, Grandad.
I need to see the size of the knife afterwards.
And the cake was made by Emma. She's quite the expert at cakes. And then, of course, the inevitable fag break by Fag Annie. Victoria did her first gig at Royal Ascot Racecourse, a huge corporate gig. She was asked to just walk around as Lady Gaga, no stress there, and just sing 2 songs as Amy Winehouse. There she is as Gaga, with the inevitable teacup and security. Easy money walking around.
Tell people what to do, huh?
So who are you supposed to be?
Sorry?
Who are you supposed to be?
Tina Turner.
Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good Tina Turner, that is. Then Victoria, as Lady Gaga, asked the judge the fancy dress through the decades. Quite amazing they were. Quite amazing.
I heard that the first prize is a new car. Okay, so because I was the overall winner, Alfonso, I will gladly take that new car. Thank you so much. I'm joking.
I must say, Victoria does the walking around very well. She's bubbly, good fun, and talks for England. She really enjoys it. And then she was Amy Winehouse, ready to sing.
Sorry.
The crowd is ready. The band is ready. And here she goes.
I'm one of the greatest, ain't no debating on it. I'm still levitated, I'm heavily medicated. Ironic, I gave him love and they end up hating on me. She told me she loved me and she been waiting. Been fighting hard for your love and I'm running.
Oh, I hope you liked that. What I got up to. I have a crazy life sometimes. But the next thing we got up to yesterday, I showed the unicorn. And this, as I said a few minutes ago, was the first real attempt we made to sing live. It's it's so bad, it's almost good. But people said to me, they all just loved the fact that we were trying, and we were trying. In my opinion, failing miserably. But see what you think of this. It's lovely. Very, very, very much. Very lovely. So, Con, I believe we've got something to introduce now, haven't we? You singing live, because you got away with it last week. It wasn't the best of quality, but hopefully we've refined things and probably we'll get better quality this time. So, it's over to you, Con, to introduce it.
Well, we asked last week what everybody would like me to sing. And have you got your guitar there ready?
I have.
And everybody's here this song, which is called The Unicorn. And I shall just start singing it. time ago, when the earth was green, there was more kinds of animals than you'd ever seen. They'd run around free while the earth was being born, but the loveliest of them all was the unicorn. Green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but sure as you're born, the loveliest of all was the unicorn. Now God seen some sin and it came pain, and he said, stand back, I'm gonna make it rain. Then he said, hey brother Noah, I'll tell you what to do. Build me a floating zoo and take some of them green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but sure as you're born, don't you forget my unicorn. Noah was there to answer the call. He finished up making the ark just as the rain started to fall. He marched in the animals two by two, and he called out as they went through, hey Lord, I got your green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but Lord, I'm so forlorn, I just can't see no unicorn. When the ark started, it drifted with the tide. Them unicorns looked up from the rocks and they cried. Then the water came down and sort of floated them away. We got off for all the unicorns. Oh, tell you what, Dick, they're nearly as daft as we are. All together now, are you ready? Green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but you're never gonna see no unicorn. And that's corn. Oh dear. Oh, that was lovely.
That was fantastic. And apologies for there is a delay. It's 3-4 milliseconds of a delay for anybody who's technically minded, and there is nothing you can do about it. And I don't mind the delay, do you? I don't mind. So that was the old days of Zoom, and now what we get up to nowadays. I had so many people ask me, particularly John Leyland, who is very interested in the way we have recorded stuff through the years, and he asked me would I do an in-depth really about how I record stuff, how I've had all the hit records through the years, how I've recorded stuff. And I did put this together. It's a little bit long, but let me tell you, if you've got anybody in the family, your children, your grandchildren, friends, people down the road who are attempting to get into the record business, or in the record business, or in the recording business, or they've got a band or whatever and they record, just show them this, and it's quite amazing what we get up to. And solitaire's the old game. Hi, this is Dec speaking. John Leyland asked me to do something special, to show everybody how I make the records. My inner sanctum, this is my studio. It's massively powerful. I'm very, very lucky. It's one of the best studios in the country. It's very small by comparison to some of the main huge studios like the Decca studios and Abbey Road, but it is massively powerful. I can tell you that. There's mountains and mountains of equipment here. So let's get on. Last song I did was Solitaire, which you'll hear today, and first thing I do is write the music. So I write all the parts and all that, and I find that the easiest way to do it for me. I go to the computer and there's this Pro Tools, which is the industry standard. Don't let anybody say that they use this and they use that. They use Logic and Cubase and Audacity and all these various systems. This is the one that the big boys use. It's called Pro Tools. Massively, as I say, massively powerful. So the first thing I do is get the tempo right. And then we make a click track and it sounds like this. And Solitaire's the only one in town. So that's about the right tempo. Next thing I do is choose a nice synth for a guide. I like the guide there, so I know that all the chords are right, and this is the basis of the whole thing. So I go to my favorite, which is at the moment Unfiltered Audio Lion. That's if your your children or your grandchildren or whoever, your friends, are interested in the music game, this is what I use. And I pick a nice sound for the song. So this is the first sound I come up with, just a nice lush background. There was a man. Now, and then I added in a lovely lower synth, or more interesting synth on the left hand side. Okay, and then on the right hand side another more as interesting one. Happy with that? That's lovely. Of course, once I've got the sounds set for the synth, of course, I've got to play it. And people don't realise I'm a pretty decent keyboard player, although I never flaunt it. So I take the music over to the other side of the studio, over here, and this is where I put all the keyboards on. It's a nice way of working this, because I just have to just swivel around on the chair, and there I am. So I just press record like that. 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. That's the introduction, and now the song. There was a lonely man. Then the guitars. Oh, you know how I love playing guitars. So what I did was I'm a terrible man for stealing stuff. They always say, why copy mediocrity when you can steal genius? So I stole the piano part and I put it onto guitar. And it was very easy to steal it and just put it onto guitar. It sounds like this. And so on. Sounds like this when it was finished. There were, how many guitars did I put on? I think it was about 8 tracks of guitar to make this sound. 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. There was a man. Oh, I came in wrong. Well, there you get that idea. Now I turn my attention to the bass. And this one I found on a beautiful brand new plug-in. Again, tell your sons, your daughters, or your grandchildren, or your friends. It's called Nifonium. It's all based on valve, tube sounding basses. And that's where we get the lovely big deep sounds for. So I go over to this screen over here. I choose the bass over here. That's the bass track there. And then I play it. 2, 2, 3, 4. There was a man. So this is what we've got so far. We've got the synthesizers, we've got the guitars, and we've got the bass. So 4, 2, You see how it all comes together now. That's the introduction. Now me. There was a man, a lonely man, who lost his love through his indifference. Now the bass comes in. Nada. Get the idea? Then we got to the bassoon. I just had this idea that I'd like to hear a proper bassoon. And of course I can play it on here from the wonderful samples and all the stuff I've got on the computers over there. 2, 3. Then it was time to start thinking about the drums. Now I only brought the drums in at the end. I like that style of arranging, and I do a lot of it, as you know. So the drums, believe it or not, all come from here. Now I'm used to playing with drummers on stage, so I know all the tricks. And I've been now playing with drummers for, 60 years, so I know all the tricks. But you will be astonished at this, but everything has to be played into the computer. So I've got lovely kick drum there. That's the sort of thing we do. Now then I wanted a cabasa, which is that one. So that's going all the time, and then I added the. I have to find it. There it is, little triangle. Nice, isn't it? Lovely. And then it all came together and sounded like this. Nice, isn't it? Lovely. And then came the inevitable solo guitar, which I love playing solo guitar. I tend to find that I'm pretty good at it, I think. Particularly acoustic guitar, I like that. So that sounded, I left that till quite near the end for a reason, so the end became huge. And this is what it sounded like with no music. Then we get to the big guns, the vocals and all that, so we have to rejig the studio a bit. The computers are all behind me here, and I go and I get microphones. Very lucky, I've got some superb microphones. The one I prefer, again, for your your son, your daughter, your grandkids, is the KSM, the Shure KSM 27, which I personally like that. Great for Con's voice, great for my voice. Tried many microphones, but that's one I use the most. So I just keep the microphones and stuff stored around here. And this is the big guns now. And this is what I do now. Once I get to the vocal stage, I get this and I bring it down here. Very awkward, because it's quite a tiny studio, this, for the amount of stuff that we get up to. And this the baby in there, and this contraption around it. I mean, the acoustics are sensational in here anyway. I'm very lucky that I designed them myself, and I think I know what I'm doing at this age again. But to get better acoustics for the vocals, I use this. And this is the latest thing. They came out a few years ago, and it's what's called a vocal enhancer, and it makes sure that just the voice is heard into that microphone. You probably saw Con used the same thing. I got him to get exactly the same thing up in Ellen, and that's what he used. And then you got the pop shield in front of it, and that is to stop all the p. So good trick. Again, tell your grandchildren or your son or daughter who's in the music business, always use them at an angle, so that the pop goes there and this bounces off like that. So there we are. And this is exactly what I do. So I'm here singing like that, see, and then everything is at my right hand side. So all I have to do is click, and there we go, we're off. Then when we came to the chorus, I used just my solo voice again, which is very unusual for a chorus. Bachelors is usually big harmonies. And I use a thing called ADT, automatic double tracking. And in the old days we used to do that in a very complex way with reels of tape and all that. But nowadays we got it on a plug-in, and all I do is just press a button and there it is. And this is what I have to go to when I see the chorus. Just give me a second here. Let's go along here up to the chorus, and here's what the end of the verse, and then going into the chorus, and you see the difference. This is just coming up now to the end of the verse. Now you'll hear the difference in the voice now when we go into the chorus. There's two of me singing, but it's done automatically. I'm not singing it twice. Of course, the harmonies, this is what I love and I adore, and I've always loved it. I've always written all the vocal arrangements and all that. I've made all the hit records, and I've got a tremendous reputation for vocal arrangement, thank goodness. And Con left everything to me. So everything you heard, that wasn't Con singing the lead voice. He just did the lead voice. I did everything else. Just like Brian Wilson, actually, with the Beach Boys. He did everything in the studio, just like I do. And then the Beach Boys went out on the road and just sang the stuff. And that was the way it worked. But here we go. I'll just show you now what I've got them here now, DEC back vocals, yeah. So this is what the back vocals. Now, I'll tell you, you won't believe this, there are 16 versions of my voice singing this. There's 4 tracks of each of 4-part harmony. And I wrote all the harmonies and sang them all, and I love doing that. I absolutely adore it. But this is what it sounded like when it was finished, just without the orchestra. Now that's the end of the verse. This is the now that's just like a 16-piece choir, and all me. Because all the effects on the voices and all that and on the instruments, that all comes from here, and it comes from masses of stuff down here, all the what they call the outboard effects units, and they're all top of the range. Very, very lucky that through the years we bought very wisely, and Con never ever complained about anything I spent in the studio. And also, of course, nowadays on screen, on the computers on the screen, we've got another lot of the digital versions of these, and that's how it's all done. So at the end of this 5 minutes, I hope you will hear at the end of the show today the finished version of Solitude, and it's pretty good. And solitaire's the only gate, every road that takes it down. I am solitude, he'll never love again. Well, that's how I did it all. Did you enjoy it? I hope you enjoyed that. boring if you don't understand music, but John Leyland asked me to do that, and I did it. And I think it may help, as I say, if you've got anybody that you know in the music business, show them the replay, because they will learn an awful lot from that. That's all the secrets. I can tell that I really enjoy what I do, and of course I had Con's wonderful voice to work with all the time. But as I say, I did all the harmonies and everything, and I love doing that. That's what I do, and I love it. But Carol, shall we get on to your best year? Tell us all about your best year, Carol.
So one of my best years was 2018, which was the year I became 60 at the end of the year. The beginning of the year, I had my first holiday abroad to Gran Canaria, which was, well, sun, sea and sangria, really. But then, in November, it was my 60th birthday. So part of that celebration was a trip to London for 2 days with my friend Alan, who you can see in the picture. We're on the London Eye. We did all the sightseeing. Madame Tussauds. We had a tour around the Houses of Parliament with the agent of our local MP, which was fascinating. We say Madame Tussauds. We brushed shoulders with Winston Churchill, Tom Cruise. I had my photo taken with Tom Cruise. Then we went to 2 shows while we were up there. We went to Mamma Mia, the ABBA story, and 42nd Street, which starred Bonnie Langford, and it was masses of tap dancing in it. It was amazing. And yeah, just a fascinating time, really. Sort of back to the Madame Tussauds, we had our picture taken on the balcony of Buckingham Palace with the royal family. And because somebody takes the photos, and then as you're leaving, you go and pick the photos up, and they're all done in a special design envelope, or
Brilliant.
It's what they do. You've got to pay for it, obviously, but yeah, it was a fabulous year, really, one of the best.
That's lovely, Carol. Thank you for sharing that with us. And now let's get on to another one. This was actually one of the first tracks I did when Con left me. Naughty boy for leaving me. But something, if anybody's interested in Il Divo, the 5 guys, my wife absolutely loves them. I've been to nearly every show that they've done in the UK. But Carlos, the baritone, the main guy, he died exactly the same way as Con. COVID, 4 days he was dead from being fit and healthy. Isn't that quite an amazing, coincidence? But here we are for the first song, one of the first songs I ever did on my own. And I like this. Melody Road, I'm on with you all the way to the end. I know every song you lead me to is gonna be my friend. Melody Road, I play all night, take my old uke and strum. Find me some words that feel just right, the music's gonna come on Melody Road. Melody from the heart, melody from the start, telling me things will be okay. I think I just might stay on Melody Road. Melody Road, let's go a mile. I'll tie on my rambling shoes. Write me a song to make you smile. There's no need to sing the blues. on Melody Road. Melodies that unfold, melodies made of gold, making up songs along the way. I'm thinking I just might stay on Melody Road. Ringing out like a bell, singing out I can tell I'm not alone. Melody Road is you and me, floating out on a dream. I love every song that comes to me, 'cause I know it comes to me on Melody Road. Melody Road. Melody Road. Melody Road. Melody Road. Lynn, are you there? Are there any birthdays this week?
Yes, there is.
Oh, there are!
Yes, yes. John Hutchinson, he's be celebrating his birthday on the 23rd of March.
Oh, John, that's lovely. Where are you, John? Just... Now, here we go. So let's say, happy birthday to you, John. Happy birthday to you, John. Happy birthday, dear John. Happy birthday to you and many more. And now, John, this is the amazing cake. The amazing cake. Now, I just hope that you can see that, John, because I can't see it. Zoom, as I say, have changed the rules and I can't see myself on the screen. But I just hope you can see that. Now, John, let's Lynn, you blow the cake out, will you? So you know the deal. You just have to go 1, 2, 3 and blow. Okay, here we go. I can hear John. I can hear John. I can't see you. So listen, Lynn, you're going to do it for John. Okay, here we go.
Right, 1, 2, 3.
Hey! Hey!
1, 2, 3.
Oh, too late, John.
Sorry,
All right. You're too late, John. Lynn did it for you. Lynn did it for you. Well, that really went well.
Sorry.
So, thank you, John. And could I ask you possibly how old are you now?
Me, 67.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm only 65.
Yeah. Of course.
I'm doing ever so well. I'm doing. If you do as well as me, John, you'll be lucky. You'll be lucky.
Thank you very much. Yes, I know if I do as well as you, I'll be very lucky. But anyway, I enjoy every day of my life, John. I really do, and I wake up every morning. I bless myself for being here today. I'm not a religious person, and I get on with it. And all I want to do is make people happy. And that's the way I spend my life. That's all I want to do as well, Dick. I mean, it's the best thing you can do. It's the best attitude to have. With that in mind, I just wanted to ask you one very quick question, actually. I know we're a bit pushed for time and everything, but you said a while ago about the possibility of you doing a one-man show in the theatres if people are interested. Is that still a possibility?
Yes,
because
yes.
I can at least... Go on.
No, but yes, it is in the pipeline. It's all rehearsed. It's all done. Well, I've got all the technology. I've got all the screens and everything good. And we think it's going to be in the late spring.
Oh, brilliant. I can ask, I'm a volunteer at the City Varieties Music Hall in Leeds.
Oh, yeah.
And I can ask if they are interested in it. So I can speak to the people who arrange the shows or whatever. I can't promise anything. You'd have to set it all up with them. But,
Of course.
you know,
Of course.
that's, it would be such an honour and a privilege to see you.
Yeah. No, it's all ready to go. It's just the bookings. I've got 3 bookings, ladies and gentlemen. 3 bookings. It's amazing. But I have to say it's the ageist thing, ladies and gentlemen, which people like me, we get thrown at us all the time. The sad thing is, I mean, the music I'm doing today is sensational. If I was 21, it would be number 1 in the charts. But the sad thing is, here I am at 81, and people, the first thing they do is look at the age. But there we are. This is a track which I always had trouble with Con, because he didn't go for modern music at all. You probably didn't know that about Con. He wasn't comfortable with it. And I tried to push him and tried to push him, but the one track he really pulled off big time was this one. And I love doing it. I love putting it together. And just see Con in full flow with a very modern song. It's a Shakespeare sister song, and it's called Stay With Me.
If this world is wearing thin and you're thinking of escape, I'll go anywhere with you. Just wrap me up in chains. But if you try to go alone, don't think I'll understand. Stay with me. Stay with me. In the silence of your room, in the darkness of your dreams, you must only think of me. There can be no in between. When your pride is on the floor, I'll make you beg for more.
Stay
So could I see the big round of applause for my brother Con? Yay! Now we're getting on to Carol and her life story. And would you like to tell us about this photograph?
Try and go as quickly as I can. Right, so this photo is from June 1960 of my parents on the left, my grandparents and me when we moved to Sandford, which is just 2 miles outside of where I live now in Crediton, and we took over the local grocery shop.
Lovely.
Where we spent 20 years of, well, yeah, good years, the best years from until 1980. So then the next one is me in the local carnival in Crediton in 1976. I'm the bottom on the right, and I was, it was based on common market countries, and I was representing France.
Oh, lovely.
Oh dear. So this is me with my pen friend Christine from Australia, who I've been writing to since I was 8 years old, and she came over to Devon the first time ever in 1981. And yeah, we had our photo taken for the local newspaper, and a lady called Sue took the photo, so she's going to come in to my story in a couple of photos time again. Right, so then we've got, so this is it. This is me working at the local newspaper where I started in 1994, and they just celebrated 20 years. So I was there 26 years, lovely years, and then was made redundant, sadly. And the paper will have been going 50 years next year. So really good. And this, look who this is. This is taken in Margate with Con and Dec at the Butlins Hotel, and where I also met up with Lynn Hayes. We had a nice chat and really had a lovely evening. It was a great show. And this is a recent one taken at our local church where I decorated 2 trees for the local newspaper again, where I printed out lots of local photographs that had been taken over the years at the church, and everyone loved it. It got a lot of recognition, so I was really pleased to do that. So
oh, that's lovely.
That's a big brief life story. And I didn't break the camera either, it kept going. Oh dear. Just get to the last track, and this is one that who was it? It was Lynn actually. Lynn, you got me to do this. Would you like to introduce it, Lynn? Because I think you know what song it is, don't you?
Yes, it's a lovely song. You wanted us to give you ideas of Carpenters songs, and the Carpenters were a big part of my teen years, because they were in the charts a lot. And Solitaire was one of their songs, which I loved, and I've been looking forward all week to hearing you sing this.
But Lynn, as I always did with all Bachelors songs, I stripped them down completely to the bare words and the lyrics and the music, and started afresh. And I do hope you like this. And here we go. There was a man, a lonely man, lost his love through his indifference. A heart that cared, that went unshared, till he died within his silence.
little hope goes up in smoke. Just how it goes without saying.
Wait now.
There was a man.
No. Wait now. I'm gonna give it one more. I'll keep one more go while you're here. No, nothing will work now. No, absolutely nothing will work. See you next time. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And solitaire's the only game in town. And every road that takes him down. By himself it's easy to pretend he'll never love again. And keeping to himself he plays the game. Without her love it always ends the same. While life goes on around him everywhere, he's playing solitaire. While life goes on around him everywhere, he's playing solitaire.
See you next time. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh dear.
And the next one is on April the 2nd, the day after April Fool's Day. We will be here. Will you be here? Try your best. See you then. Bye.
And solitaire